Gotha Program was the party platform for the Social Democratic Party of Germany. It was originally adapted as the party platform in 1875 in the town of Gotha, Germany. It was meant to help guide the party to bring about a socialist society. It included ideas such as universal suffrage, protections for the working class, regulations of prison labor, a normal working day, a people's army, and many other communist ideas. However, Marx thought the Gotha program did not go far enough, in that it failed to promote the workers' demands, and he blamed Ferdinand Lassalle, one of the influencers of the Gotha program, for being an opportunist, who would, at any opportunity, would betray the party and promote his own personal political power. Marx proceeds to go line by line, correcting the program to align more with his communist vision. One of the important topics he writes about is the dictatorship of the proletariat and the lower and higher levels of communism. Starting off with the dictatorship of the proletariat, Marx did not like how the German Workers' Party gave a moderate or gradual reform. He suggested that it needed to be a revolutionary or violent approach. He did think that some peaceful transitions were possible in countries like the United States or England, but those were very rare exceptions where those countries had a voice for the people. And overall, he did think it needed to be a violent and a revolutionary type approach to getting their ideas across. After the revolution, the proletariats would run society and control the proceeds of the labor, which would be the goods that were produced. The state would take only the portion of goods needed to replace and fix capital, store goods away for emergencies, run public services, and all the administrative costs. After all the expenses were taken away, the rest of the goods would be divided among all the workers based on how much effort, labor, and skill they applied to the overall social economy. And with this idea in mind, this is going to take us to the two levels of communism that Marx brings up in his critique, that being the lower level of communism and higher level of communism. Lower level communism is known for the saying, "to each according to his contribution." In lower communism, an individual is compensated based on one's contribution to the overall social product in terms of effort, labor, and productivity. This is different from capitalism, where property owners can receive income by virtue of ownership, irrespective of their contribution. It is important to note that in lower communism, not everyone will receive the same compensation. Compensation will be based on skill and output in this level of communism, which is surprising to learn based on common misconceptions that in communism, everyone will receive the same amount of resources. Higher communism is known for the saying, "from each according to his ability, to each according to his needs." In this higher stage of communism, there will be an abundance of goods, and there will be enough to satisfy everyone's needs. With the pressure to work to live no longer a burden on people, according to Marx, labor will become not only a means of life, but life's prime want. In other words, people will work because it gives them joy and will be pleasurable in a creative activity for them. People will be able to focus on working and creating what interests them most and be free from the pressures that come from a capitalist society. At the end of the critique, Marx concludes with an appendix with some last-minute details he wants to get across. Most of these final critiques point towards the Gotha program not being specific enough in their statements and wanting to make sure they knew exactly what his vision was for communism. Marx ends the critique by saying, "I have spoken and saved my soul," showing that Marx could rest easier since he had tried to correct the German Labor Party and could not be accountable for their errors. Overall, I thought the critique of the Gotha program was a wonderful read, and to be honest, it was a little bit refreshing as well. As someone who is critical of communism, one of my main issues is that it has good ideas, but I worry about the actual effectiveness it has in real life and its implementation into society. And the Gotha program critique of it starts to paint that picture. It starts to talk about the dictatorship of the proletariat, the lower and higher level of communism. And I think this is very refreshing, and I think this is something that is needed to show this implementation. Now, I am still critical of it, and I would like to have more concrete ideas of the implementation because I still think it is very lacking and will need more of that. But I'll be interested to see as we read more and discuss more through this series if we can start to paint this picture more and start to see more of Marx's vision and how it can be implemented. But if you like this type of content, feel free to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. It helps the YouTube video and the channel in general get across to more viewers. And eventually, we're going to start bringing on other types of economic theories, such as capitalism or mixed markets. So we're going to have a lot of discussions, and I want to have a lot of people involved. That way we can really have some good in-depth dialogue between each other. And we might even do some other stuff, such as like feudalism. On top of that, some older theories as well. But overall, thanks for watching. Stay safe, invest wisely, and time will be on your side.